And welcome back, everybody, to Roommate Rivalry. Back quickly, as I promised. And we are going to be talking the NHL playoffs. It has been a very, very exciting playoffs thus far. A lot of good series, a lot of good stories. Before we get into a series by series breakdown, let's talk about I would say, the flagship team as far as our hockey coverage, the New York Rangers. They advance in a 4-1, four games to one against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Things at one point looked maybe a little scary, but they pulled it together. They look good, they look strong, and they find themselves in the second round of the playoffs. Go ahead, Pete. Just what do you see from the boys?
Heinrich Lundqvist is playing at probably the best hockey he's ever played, or up there. You know, he's probably, I would say, the star of our team throughout that series. Day in, day out, game in and game out, he's making some saves that I don't even know were humanly possible. And not only doing that, taking the momentum right out of Pittsburgh. That's big when you got especially Malkin and Crosby, who Malkin really wasn't that good, but at any time he could erupt. So taking that momentum out, taking the life out of Pittsburgh, I think really helped us win that game, win the series.
Joe, just thoughts on that series against the Penguins.
Um, I feel like at first we were getting dominated, but then we came back and like how we usually played during the regular season, and we just finished games, and the games we won were all 2-1. So it proved that it was a close game. But yeah, Henrik Lundqvist came clutch, making good saves and stuff, and we did what we had to do, even with one of our best defensemen down. And that's it. I expected that. I expected Pittsburgh to maybe get maybe 1 or 2 wins. I thought they were gonna get that much, but I knew we were gonna win out, and we did. So that's it.
All right, now we're gonna try and we'll talk about the two series that remain. We'll start Islanders Capitals. 3-3 has been very close thus far. If I'm not mistaken, were the Nationals. The Nationals had the opportunity to close. Right, it was Game 6.
Capitals.
The Capitals. I said the Nationals. Wow. The Capitals had the opportunity to close in what was Game 6. They weren't able to do so. It goes back to Washington for a Game 7. Now, when we made our predictions, and I think we all took the Islanders except for Joe. But maybe we'll give everyone a chance to repick if you don't agree or if you think it's going to stay the same. So we'll just quickly run around, and what do you expect from tonight's Game 7? And maybe a little why if you can.
I'm going with the Capitals just because they have that playoff experience. I don't think they're going to lose in their home to the Islanders, especially with Ovechkin. I think I feel like it's going to be a close, hard, tough game. I can see like a 2-1 final, 1-0 even, maybe even like 2-0, something like that. Along the lines of that, 1 goal. But I think the Capitals pull away in this one. I originally picked the Islanders to win, but once it's Game 7, it doesn't matter what happened the first 6 games. It's just that game, And I feel like the Capitals are going to come up to play. Not that the Islanders won't. It's just being in front of that crowd, being in front of everyone. I think
It'll give them the extra boost.
Yeah.
Joe.
I feel like the last game they played was like meant for the Islanders to win because it was like sudden death, and it was the last game it could have been the last game in the barn, so they proved that they wanted to still play. But the last time the Capitals played at home, they beat them 5-1. They made it look kind of easy, and but the series has been back and forth. Obviously, it's 3-3, but I just think that the Capitals are going to win this game. I just think they're going to win it.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Ant, any input?
I'll just go with Islanders since I picked them. What? I don't know hockey. I'm not gonna.
I know. I'm going Islanders. It was my original pick, and I think not to quote Petey, but I almost feel like the Islanders might want it a bit more. And I think I don't know for them to win that Game 6. I think that was big, and I think in the first 2 games, the Islanders could have easily been up 2-0, easily. They can win in Washington. And I think what it comes down to is who's going to be the best player on the ice. And I think in Game 6 it was John Tavares, and I think in Game 7 will be John Tavares. And I think the Islanders close it out and set themselves up for what is going to be possibly the most excited this city has ever been about hockey in a very long time, Rangers-Islanders matchup. So that is my personal prediction. Now, if I'm not mistaken, tonight is a Game 6 potential closeout for the Detroit Red Wings up against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The game is in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. And when we originally picked it, I know I went Red Wings. I know Ant is a huge Lightning fan. It's the only team he kind of doesn't care about. But and that one we can maybe just quickly touch on. What you're expecting? Do you think the Red Wings closing out tonight? If not, can they get Game 7?
If the Red Wings win tonight, it's going to be how they've been winning, I think, by scoring a lot of goals and not letting the Lightning score at all. Because I think 2 of the games they won, they didn't let the Lightning score at all, and they put up at least three goals.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they do win tonight, it's going to be by that fashion. If not, it's going to be a close game. And then they're gonna if they lose, it's Game 7.
Yeah.
So it's not like the Islanders. So
It'll be
it's gonna
interesting.
be close. Yeah.
I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I just feel like they were so good in the regular season. I just feel like that they're gonna come away with this win. This is Game 6.
This is
now?
Game 6. Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's gonna be like the same kind of thing that would. It's in Tampa Bay, right?
No, that's the thing. It's in Detroit.
Oh, it's in Detroit.
See, that's the thing there that kind of makes me
No,
sway.
I feel like they're gonna take this one just because they want that Game 7 in front of their home crowd.
And you think they'll grab the 7?
Yeah, I think they're gonna win the series. I picked them in the beginning to win the series too, but I don't. I think they're gonna win. I think Detroit. I don't know.
I'm actually surprised by how this series is going. I really I believe that Detroit was actually gonna put up a fight because they were rolling, but they the first 2 games they were missing one of their role players, Abdul Kader. I can't even say his name, but he came back the 3rd game and it looked like the team was playing better, and the lines were actually working together. And I think that they are the hottest, one of the hottest teams now, because if they take down Tampa Bay was up there, almost had a chance to be number 1. And I mean, it's gonna be a good series if they win against Montreal, which Ottawa did give them a fight at the end. I thought they almost had it, but yeah.
I'm going Red Wings. Everyone knows Pavel Datsyuk is my boy. We hang out on weekends. It's a pretty close relationship, to say the least.
Yeah.
We text once, never happened. I like the Red Wings, and I think a big thing here is Mr. Stamkos hasn't scored yet in this series. And that's kind of dangerous because a player of that caliber, if he does have a breakout Game 6, it could very well carry over to Game 7, and he might be able to power the Lightning single-handedly.
He's been like you said, shut down. So
that's
the
thing. He hasn't done
obviously
anything.
he has that, but I think just Detroit has.
I think the Red Wings have the answer, and I think they've got the offensive firepower to bring themselves this victory and get themselves to the next round of the playoffs. Now, Joe, I believe you have it pulled up. I'm not sure, but we're gonna just quickly predict what is the next round, the matchups that are set.
Right,
so there are 2 that aren't set, but there are, I think it's 2 more that are.
The two in the East.
Yeah.
So we got the Blackhawks and the Minnesota Wild.
I'll start. I'm going Blackhawks. I think that the Blackhawks have a lot of talent. Kane's back. Taves is really good. That's a team. Apologize for my lack of knowledge with the sport, but that's a team where they were switching back and forth with goalies between Crawford and Darling, which I think is a little cause of concern because that's not really what you want to be doing in the playoffs. But
it's working.
But yeah, it's got them to the next round, and I think it'll get them through. I think it's kind of nice that they can have confidence that their backup can still be solid for them. Yeah. So I'm going Blackhawks in this series. I didn't think the Wild were going to beat the Blues. They did, but I think this run stops here.
Yeah, I mean, I called that the Wild were going to beat the Blues. They played good. They got some lucky goals yesterday. The goalie for Jake Allen, I think it was, for the Blues, he let some easy ones. I think we were watching SportsCenter together. Parisi Animal got an easy goal, first goal of the game. Next goal right in between the 5-hole, nothing. So it's kind of upsetting that the Blues have been playing like that. I just had a feeling that they were going to do that because that's what they do the past few years in the playoffs. But I think the Blackhawks are going to win it. I think the Blackhawks are experienced. They have great talent on the team if all healthy, and my boy Kane's back. And I mean, I think they're just going to beat the Wild. It's going to be close, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I'm going with the Blackhawks, too. I had them going to the Stanley Cup. I think that, their defense, they have one of the best defenders in the league in Duncan Keith. You know, and then you add obviously like Seabrook, you add like Tays, you add Kane. You know, I feel like that's gonna get them done to take away from that goalie. What is it? Problems, I guess you could say. Like
the situation, I
Yeah.
guess, is the best way to describe it.
I feel like that's gonna offset. So I feel like like the Blackhawks, they're too experienced. I feel like Minnesota, they do have some studs though. They do have Zach Parise. You know, they were at one point. Minnesota was one of the hottest teams in the NHL, and they went on like a similar run with the Rangers. Like they went like a lot of games with getting a point or whatever. It was something crazy like that. But I just think that it's just the Blackhawks. You know, they're too good. Experience over everything.
No. John, what's that other game?
The Ducks against Calgary Flames.
I think this one could be a good one. I know you and I had picked the Flames to upset their first round opponent. I can't remember the team.
Vancouver Canucks.
It was the Canucks. The Flames are a very young team, the youngest team I think in all of hockey. I think average age of 26. I mean,
like Florida. Yeah.
You know, I mean that's pretty young. But the Ducks were the best team I know out west. They were able to win close games in the first round, and I'm still going Ducks in all honesty. I like the Flames first round. Jerome McGill is my boy, even though he doesn't play for the team at all anymore. But he made
still represented.
He still holds down for the Flames. But I'm trying to take it a bit more serious and not just jokingly pick these teams. I genuinely believe that the Ducks are gonna win. You mentioned that the number one teams sometimes kind of seem to struggle for some reason in the playoffs. That's kind of what the Ducks have been doing. I think this year they're kind of gonna be. Get at least to where they belong, at least in that final round of the Western Conference. So I'm going Ducks.
The Ducks. It was either the Ducks or the Blues. I was gonna take the first round to be upset, and I'm gonna take an upset here. I'm gonna go with the Calgary Flames. I feel like Winnipeg played great hockey up to like the playoffs, but I mean the Ducks have great talent on the roster. Like they have really good players. That if they play together, they can win. But I just feel like the Calgary Flames are going to win. And like you said, they are young. But honestly, I'm going with this series. I'm just going with kind of like a gut feeling because I know the Ducks are the better team. But when the Flames are on, they're playing good. So and you got to watch out for Yuri Hudler. He's been playing really good for the Flames. So I think the Flames are going to take it.
Go ahead, Pete. To close out our hockey segment.
I'm gonna go to Calgary. I feel like they're a little bit of that Cinderella team. Some similar to like the Rangers had last year, but I think they're gonna upset the Anaheim Ducks. I don't see the Anaheim Ducks as that lethal, and just going with them.
See, like the Ducks are I feel like the opposite of the Blackhawks when it comes to the playoffs, or like the Kings when they were in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ducks, the Blues, and the Sharks. I feel like when they go to the playoffs, these recent years, they go into the playoff. They go into the playoffs as the number one, number two team in the regular season, and then they just wind up losing. But then the Blackhawks and then like the Kings aren't in it. But those are the teams that
they just
8 seeds and
win.
Yeah, especially the Blackhawks. Yeah. Last year they were there, Game 7 with the Kings.
I think that series will be pretty interesting to see how it goes. Instead of taking a break, let's just
quick note.
Go ahead.
Zuccarello is out indefinitely. There's no time will return for his return. Took a slap shot to the face by McDonough. Now what's going to happen is
McDonough's hurting everyone on the team.
St. Louis is going up.
McDonough just wants to be the star.
McDonough tried to take out Lundqvist. Pulling up the mask now. Look at him.
Now St. Louis is going up to the first line, and now they're bringing Jesper Fast up to the second or third line. They're bringing up to the third line. So,
okay.
Big moves, Last year Zuccarello led our team in scoring with 59 points, I think it was. So, big loss.
It'll be interesting to see how the Rangers can recover.
We do get Klein back, so
that's good.
Lose one, gain one. So,
all right, let's get over to NBA playoffs. We'll, maybe Ann will talk to us now. So far, not gonna call it boring, but not very exciting. The opening round is kind of how the NBA playoffs are. It's not very much like hockey.
That shot by Curry was exciting.
You kind of know who's gonna win. No, there are exciting moments. There are definitely exciting moments, but when it comes to these series, round, it's easy to look smart. You know what I mean? It's very easy to make your prediction and stand by it and be very confident in this first round.
I feel like in basketball it's different to like hockey or anything like first round wise.
Yeah, it's really just clear cut.
Yeah, I think
It's
if
just clear
you're
cut.
the best team, you're gonna win the first round.
I mean, the Warriors clean sweep. We have the Cavs go through with a clean sweep. The Rockets need to win Game 5 on their home court. The Bulls need to win Game 5 on their home court. The Wizards, but clean sweep the Raptors as a fifth seed, but everyone kind of saw that coming. That we all picked that.
It wasn't no surprise.
You know what I mean?
I thought the Wizards were gonna win, but
the Grizzlies have to win one. I think it's one more game. I think it's Game 4 for a clean sweep with the Trailblazers. And an interesting thing, I don't know if people know this. I was looking this up. The Grizzlies are the 5th seed because the Trailblazers get the 4th seed since they won their division. However, since the Grizzlies had a better record, they get home court, which is a stupid, terrible rule. Because
that is stupid. If you're gonna put them in the
if
seeds,
you're gonna put them as the 4th seed, they get home court. Yeah. So you got to decide one or the other. And I think that's a terrible rule. So we have the Grizzlies ready to make a clean sweep and get themselves matched up with the Warriors. However, there are 2 series, one per conference, that are exciting.
Yeah.
The Clippers Spurs, which I thought kind of would be a good one. It's 2-2 heading back home to LA. A lot of excitement around this one. We'll start off with that. I'll kind of start. What I've seen is glimpses of the dominant Spurs, but also glimpses of that old Spurs that everyone kind of always thinks they might be. And Clippers may be ready to finally take the leap and be a contender. So that's kind of what I've seen so far. I'm still picking the Clippers to win the series. I'm not changing that personal opinion of mine. And that's just kind of my thoughts right now on that series. I don't know if you guys want to chip in.
I'm going with the Spurs because I agree with you that, when they're at, you've seen them at their best, you've seen them at their worst, but at their best, they beat the Clippers by, 30 points, 27 points?
Yeah, it was like 107. Yeah, I mean,
I feel like when they're at their best, and now it's crunch time, I feel like the Spurs are going to come up to play, and that's why I think they're going to take that series.
I feel like the Clippers should be up 3-1.
I think it was interesting because the way that, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, you're referring to Game 2 with Blake Griffin's late game turnover when they were up 2. But it was weird because it felt like the Spurs should have been putting that game away. And they didn't. They let the Clippers come back in.
Yeah, but okay, but
the Clippers just gave it right back to them.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I feel like they should have won that.
it is interesting how that one went. I'll say that.
Game of runs.
Each team had a blowout. The Clippers blew them out Game 1. Spurs blew them out Game 3. Game 2 was really exciting. Game 4, the Clippers handled them. They handled them. Their bench actually stepped up. It was in San Antonio.
Oh, so that's pretty good.
The Clippers stepped up big time, and they've now put themselves in it's a 3-game series. It's best of 3. You need to win 2 games. The Clippers got 2 on their home floor, and I think it's going to be really, really exciting. I mean, Ant, did you want to throw anything in?
I'm going with the Spurs just because they are just the better team. The Clippers, I don't think they're ready. Austin Rivers will not have another game like that. Chris Paul, it's just going to be another first-round exit for him. He's going to be one of the best players to never win it or even get to it. And the Spurs, I just can never count on Popovich at this point just of their track record and their big 3. Literally, they defy everything with their age. So
Father Time doesn't count to them.
Yeah, I think even if the Clippers win this series, which is possible, but I think they won't beat the Rockets. But if the Spurs win, I think they'll beat the Rockets.
I think that makes sense.
I just like the Spurs matchup versus the Rockets.
Is it fair to say the winner of Game 5 will win the series? Does anyone feel like the Clippers win? Do you think that the Spurs could still go 6-7 and win it?
Oh yeah.
You say okay. I personally feel like the winner of Game 5 wins the series. That's how I personally feel. But it'll be interesting to see. Now the series out east that is close, interesting, involves your Nets, and you said it wouldn't be close or interesting.
They're gonna lose the next 2 games.
Wait, did you say they were gonna get swept?
He said they had no chance. He said that they won't get a game.
We don't have a chance.
And I don't see it. I still don't understand why you're
what's
saying
that series
that.
at?
We're at 2-1 right now. The Nets have the
Game tonight?
Yeah, it's tonight.
It's at 7.
7
Big
o'clock.
game. Big game.
Oh, it's huge. But it's in front of the Barclays Center, which was disgustingly empty for Game 3.
Come on.
They were pictures. It was disgustingly empty. Like it was so. There were no one was there. No one was
I
there.
guess everyone kind of checked out.
Yeah,
Coming in for the big the Islanders.
who knows? But hey, maybe they'll have a decent showing for Game 4. I hope so. I mean, good friend of the show, Rob McMahon's going to be making an appearance, I believe.
Okay, well.
So I could see that added some heart, or not. We'd never know with Rob. I mean, hey, that's all we got. But I think I'm still going. This is what he's doing. And ready? Hawks. Thank you. But I think it'll be interesting to see here. I'm still sticking Nets, man. I'm still going Brooklyn.
Go Nets too.
Yeah, as much as I hate that, I gotta go down. I don't think the Hawks are for real.
And
I think the one Net fan in the room would go with the Nets.
Yeah, everyone else is going Nets, and Nets like, no, it's not
I
happening.
feel like I don't want
Some
them.
fan you are.
I want them to. I just don't think they'll win.
I think he gets upset when they win.
See,
He's like,
same thing I
"Jeez."
said with Pacquiao. Thank you.
No, it's just
He wants them to win, but he thinks that the Hawks are going to win.
yeah. I think the Hawks are a joke. I just don't think we're better than the Hawks. I think whoever wins the next series anyway is gonna lose to the Wizards. So I think
Facts. Sorry.
yeah. I think the
Poor
Hawks.
Todd
Are
is filled.
I think the Hawks are just flat out
I
better.
can't, when I hear facts, I have to
better
shout
than
it. I think you make some good what?
Facts.
Yeah, thank you. Now as far as the NBA playoffs, though, there is one thing that I wanted to mention before we take a quick break and then get into this NFL draft talk. Everyone saw the play that Kelly Olynyk made on Kevin Love, dislocated his shoulder. Kevin Love to be out minimum of 2 weeks, potentially miss what should be a matchup against the Chicago Bulls. So let's play a little what if here. Kevin Love cannot play in a series against Chicago. Cavs meet up against Chicago. Cavs have home court. The way things are looking right now, just kind of curious, what would be your prediction for that series?
Bulls. And J.R. Smith might be suspended again.
For game 1, yeah. Very possible.
I'm still going Cavs.
That team was looking really good with Kevin Love. They were finally gelling for once this season. Well, they were doing it at the right time, but
Yeah.
the Bulls, Jimmy Butler and Derrick Rose getting hot. It's pretty scary. They could come out of the East.
But I feel like this is just like another test for LeBron that he's going to pass.
I like the way you think. Honestly, this is the thing here. LeBron James was making it to NBA Finals with no type of relative player on
That
his
point
team.
guard matchup's going to be one to watch.
I think a lot of it's going to have to come down. I think Kyrie needs to show aggression, anger, and take that matchup real serious.
Yeah, I think he'll come up to play. I think his first playoff game he had like 35 points.
Oh,
30
yeah.
points. I
for
think
sure.
he'll come up to play.
Kyrie's legit.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it, man. But so is former MVP Derrick Rose.
As is LeBron, though.
As is, the trio down low, if you will. Trio of Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, and Pau Gasol. That's no joke. Plus, Jimmy Butler's looking like a stud. Looking like kind of last year's Kawhi Leonard, if I'm going to get crazy. And Derrick Rose has looked pretty fancy. Pretty fancy.
Not going.
Wearing
I can't buy it. It's
wearing his big boy shorts. Oh, I'm going Cavs. I'm going Cavs.
I just think LeBron.
It's LeBron James.
Bro,
He's the greatest player potentially ever.
LeBron, I feel like, would you think LeBron would ever like guard Jimmy Butler? Because I think if they do, I think Jimmy Butler is held to like under 10 points.
No, see, that's exactly what'll happen. Is that, and see, but that's another luxury of the flat top himself, because Shumpert could actually do that.
All right.
And then you could put LeBron on Derrick Rose, and it's Derrick Rose how he feels about that. He doesn't like it, because I promise you, LeBron locks that up.
Oh yeah.
So
Even like mentally, I think he locks it up.
yeah, he's just stop. So I'm probably still going Cavs. Joe, I saw you shaking your head over there a lot of times. I didn't know towards which comments though. So what would you think?
Oh, LeBron's gonna step up and win it. He's gonna do what he did with the old Cavs.
What, not win?
He's gonna get there, but eventually Love's gonna come back.
Thank you. Plus, the East is terrible. Other than
Did you see that
Bulls.
that team that he had on the Cavs? Best team was like what? Anderson.
name
Varejao.
one player on that 2004 team other than Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
I know.
Mo money.
I don't even think Mo Williams.
Mo Williams.
Thank you.
Was he?
I think so.
They had a guy named
Oh, I know
Bobby
who.
Gibson.
Oh, I know who. Oh my God. Valente West.
I don't even know if Delonte
Yes.
West was there.
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes, he was.
Let's not talk about Delonte West. That's what
No, he was
inappropriate
on the
comments
team
fucking
versus the
throw
Mavericks.
What?
He was on the team versus the Mavericks.
You sure?
Yeah. That was when the whole thing came about his mom and all that.
Lies.
No comments there. Does anyone have any comments NBA playoff wise before we head to a break? Does anyone have anything they want to say?
Gortat.
Okay.
Anything?
Just end it. End it.
Gortat.
I need to say Steph Curry's been really good because I'm not ending this on Gortat.
Gortat.
We're gonna take a very, very quick break, and then we are coming back to talk NHL draft.
NHL draft, okay.
NFL.
NFL draft. Got him.